the 5 best foods for diabetics with fatty liver disease, and also the best habits and foods for you if you're diabetic and need to improve your condition of having a fatty liver, also known as hepatic steatosis, as well as better control your blood sugar and consequently live free from other complications resulting from poor diabetes management, reduce liver fat, and live an increasingly healthier life. So stick around and watch until the end, because I'm sure you'll leave here having learned a lot more. And the number 1 food, in my opinion, is one of the main culprits causing fat accumulation in the liver, not to mention it will raise your blood sugar, is sugar and carbohydrates with high and medium glycemic indexes in general. How does this happen? Basically, due to the consumption of sugar and high glycemic index carbohydrates, it ends up causing the development of hepatic steatosis, which are nothing less than injuries that occur in the liver, and the liver gradually loses its ability to metabolize toxins and to metabolize our entire body. And as it loses this ability, the cells start turning into pure fat. That's why we commonly refer to it as fatty liver in everyday language. The liver takes on a fattier appearance, which hinders its function, potentially leading to hepatic steatosis, fatty liver disease, which can be fatal. High glycemic index carbohydrates in general, like sugar and sugarcane juice, will raise your glucose levels, especially if you're already diabetic, and will also cause these liver injuries. So it's crucial that if you're diabetic and have a fatty liver, you reduce your carbohydrate intake. In general, you should cut out and avoid sugars, but you must also abandon and strictly prohibit high glycemic index carbohydrates such as whole grape juice or sugarcane juice. By doing this, you can reduce your blood glucose levels due to the decrease in carbohydrates, and you can also reduce fat in the liver. Once you manage to reduce fat in the liver, it tends to regenerate more easily, which helps in the process of reducing hepatic steatosis. So you need to reduce carbohydrates to achieve these 2 goals: lowering glucose levels and decreasing fat in your liver. The second type of food to avoid is sugary drinks in general. Anything that contains sugar in its formulation or has a high fructose content, as I just mentioned, like sugarcane juice and whole grape juice, should be abandoned by those who are diabetic and have fatty liver disease. Another important point to consider is soft drinks. If you still have the habit of drinking soda, you need to quit it starting right now. Soda is loaded with sugar and will end up damaging your liver as well as increasing glucose levels in your bloodstream. It's crucial that you understand this so you can address these 2 issues. If you think about it, by making the changes I'll discuss throughout this video, you can better control your glucose levels and reduce fat in your liver. I'd like you to take a moment now to comment if you experience brain fog related to diabetes, type 2 diabetes or pre-diabetes, and you already have some changes in your liver, such as fatty liver disease, also known as hepatic steatosis. Sugary drinks can be a major contributor to liver damage and impair its function. So I want you to stop consuming them altogether. If you must have a soda, choose 0-calorie options, but don't overdo it, as they can still have negative effects in the medium to long term. When it comes to juices, prioritize lemon juice or passion fruit juice. Citrus juices tend to have a lower carbohydrate content and won't cause a spike in your blood sugar levels. The third food item to watch out for is ready-made seasonings and sauces. If you have a habit of using seasonings high in sodium and preservatives, unfortunately, this can worsen your fatty liver condition as they are rich in sodium and preservatives, which is a recipe for further complications, more stress on your liver. It's important to avoid, especially the prepackaged spices we buy at the supermarket. These are often highly processed and rich in preservatives and stabilizers, which isn't good for you. If you want to use seasonings in your daily cooking, opt for freshly ground ingredients like garlic or black pepper. If you're making a sauce, try preparing a homemade tomato sauce instead of using store-bought ones. By adapting your diet, you can better control your blood sugar, reduce liver fat, and more easily balance your body overall. The fourth item to be aware of is alcohol. Alcoholic beverages should be completely avoided by those with diabetes and fatty liver disease, especially those who have alcoholic fatty liver disease. This condition develops from excessive daily alcohol consumption, whether it's from beer, spirits, cachaca, or other alcoholic drinks. You need to quit drinking alcohol to help your liver regenerate. The good news is that your liver can heal itself if you make the changes I'm talking about in this video. But if you overdo everything and your liver is already losing its ability to function properly, you could unfortunately face serious consequences, especially when it comes to your liver health. As for alcohol, you really need to give it up completely. You should set it aside and get regular checkups to monitor your liver's condition. From there, you can start improving your overall health situation and, as a result, better control your blood sugar levels. Got it? And food number 5 is ultra-processed foods, especially that frozen pizza, frozen fast food, lasagna, and so many other foods that the food industry loves to freeze and make ready for you to prepare at home. Unfortunately, these foods are rich in fats, carbohydrates, and full of additives and preservatives that will end up hindering your liver's regeneration process. In other words, your liver will just keep getting bigger and bigger. You've probably seen those people we call skinny fat who have thin arms and legs but a very prominent belly. This indicates an increase in visceral fat, meaning a lot of fat between the organs, especially in the liver. So the liver tends to get larger, but it's full of fat, losing its ability to metabolize properly. This is a recipe for serious health risks. So if you're diabetic, have fatty liver, and still insist on eating foods, ultra-processed foods, those items you find in the frozen section of the supermarket loaded with fat and carbs that are super easy to make. Just pop them in the microwave. Unfortunately, you're harming your health, so you need to ditch these starting right now. Now let's talk about some foods and habits you should incorporate into your routine to improve your glucose levels and, most importantly, reduce the fat in your liver. By making these changes starting now, you'll achieve the goal of lowering your glucose, reducing glycation, decreasing liver fat, improving potentially high triglycerides, lowering bad cholesterol that might be elevated, and so on. And the first thing to focus on is your diet. You need to reassess what you're eating, which means eating properly, consuming real food. And what exactly do I mean by real food, Edu? It's about eating vegetables, greens, and leafy vegetables. In other words, incorporating lettuce, arugula, watercress, taioba, kale, cabbage, and so on into your daily diet. Also add carrots, beets, and other foods that are rich in nutrients that will benefit your health. These nutrients will help rebalance your health, especially your liver function and glucose control. When you start adding cucumbers, zucchini, mushrooms, and various other vegetables to your diet, you'll be able to balance your health in a smart way. Another important point is about proteins, specifically meats. So Prioritize leaner cuts of meat. Chicken breast, lean beef, ground beef. You should also add, for example, pork loin, which has a low fat content, white fish like tilapia, and from there you'll have a more balanced diet rich in fiber from vegetables, greens, leafy greens, and rich in protein from chicken, beef, pork, and fish. Also, once you introduce these foods, you can even include some complex carbohydrate sources like small amounts of rolled oats, small portions of brown rice, or beans. This way, you can create smarter and healthier meal combinations that are better for your overall health. Once you have a more balanced diet that's richer in nutrients, you'll improve your liver function and, as a result, better control the glucose levels in your bloodstream. Another important point is hydration. Many people diagnosed with diabetes and fatty liver don't drink enough water, so it's crucial that you stay hydrated throughout the day. A good rule of thumb is to multiply your weight in kilograms by 35 milliliters. And once you do this calculation, you'll know how much water you should drink daily. For example, a person weighing 100 kilograms needs to drink at least 3.5 liters of water per day. I want you to do the math and comment below on how much water you should ideally be drinking and how much you've actually been drinking in your daily life. Another important point is regular physical activity. You need to keep your body moving. Generally, type 2 diabetics tend to be sedentary, not engaging in physical activity, which ends up promoting fat accumulation that also builds up in the visceral organs, such as the liver, making it much harder to maintain control over the condition of your type 2 diabetes treatment. So start doing some physical activity today. Whether it's a walk in the park, on a treadmill, or riding a stationary bike or a regular bike in your neighborhood. You can also try running, weight training, swimming, or water aerobics. Water aerobics is excellent for those who are overweight and have joint problems. Due to excess weight, joints can become more compromised, and water aerobics is great for those experiencing a lot of pain in their hips, knees, or ankles. So give water aerobics or swimming a try. It'll be really beneficial. Another important point regarding diet is the consumption of good fat sources such as olive oil and avocado. You can and should include these in your routine as they're excellent for increasing good cholesterol levels and thus avoiding heart problems and other issues. So, a diabetic person with fatty liver needs to rebalance their health. By doing so, they can achieve all these benefits: controlled glucose levels, stable blood sugar, perfectly functioning liver, controlled triglyceride levels, and low bad cholesterol. They can also reduce uric acid, improve overall health, increase well-being, boost self-esteem, and enhance quality of life. The benefits are truly excellent. So take a moment to think about it from this perspective. I need to stop eating those unhealthy snacks and quit lying down every time I get home from work. I need to go to the supermarket and make more interesting purchases so that you can reap the benefits of a more balanced life with better health and improved quality of life. And from there, enjoy time with your loved ones with much better health and well-being, okay? And that was this week's video where we talked about fatty liver, type 2 diabetes, and nutrition. So you need to put this plan into action, improve your habits, and I'm sure you'll gain more and more health. If you're still watching at this point, it's a sign that you enjoyed the content. And if you like the content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up, and turn on notifications. And most importantly, be sure to share this video with your friend who might have questions about fatty liver, hepatic steatosis, managing type 2 diabetes, and so on. After all, it costs you nothing to share it on Facebook, no Instagram, no WhatsApp, because this way YouTube starts to understand that it's relevant content, and so we spread information to more and more people. I want you to stop everything you're doing right now and leave a comment with your rating for this video. On a scale of 0 to 10, what score would you give this video, so I can understand how you're engaging with the topics on this channel, and then I can tailor the content more specifically so you can keep learning more and more, okay?